It's been hot. Today has been a day. Go back to my animal state. God. To make sure I have the weapons. Translations, artifacts. Right, forgot about that. I don't have anything else, do I? Do I not have... It's not. Okay. Okay. Crap. There's some idea with this. The one thing I have. Look this way, my boy. This way, tally ho. Yes, yes. Oh. Ow. Whoa, that. No. Where'd your HP go? I only used my E. What happened? I don't remember it. I don't remember it going through shields. Especially in Traverse E. At Cryo, no less. I was using Cryo too. Can Cryo go through shields? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure.
I'll race you there.
Either way, though. Let's do this. Something like that.
Incoming.
And...
I'll
oh,
race you there.
okay. Long commission. For that to be a second wave. This one. This one always takes a long time. Not long, but relatively long. Alright, where am I going? Okay, there we go. I should use a different element of the Traveler at some point. Hydro still need to get all the... I would like to get all the assists, constellations for it. For anything.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Okay. Got all that. Fireflies. Nope. There go you. Next, we'll get some more rope. Or not. Ow. Okay.
Wind blade.
There we go. Next should be some more rope. Yep, well, there it is. That's not that direction. How long have these posts been here? It's now noticed, huh? Oh well. A lot of things... it's like watching a movie. Once you watch it like the second time or third time around, you realize the little things that you might have missed during the first watch through. Like right now, I didn't realize there was a post there that gave the direction. I didn't know that. Alright, but now I do, since I looked. Okay. I'm going until like 7. And pop down there. Okay. Yep. Now. Ow.
Don't blink.
Okay. There we go. Moving on to get commissions. Once that's done, I'll go over and finally do our conquest. Down the Titanic. Down, go down. Like the Titanic down.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Here we go.
Add Astra.
For that. For this. And bring in Shana. Noon. And you guys, I'm stocking up on iron. And white iron. So that I don't have to deal with trying to find it for a while. Maybe so I have 47. Yeah, that's pretty good for a while. Good number. This second round, I've done the quest already off stream because I was lazy. Did not want to do it on stream. It's boring. Anyways, bop, boom, boom, boom. Alright. Let it load, let it load, let it load. A bit of an out of the blue stream. What you gonna do though?
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Get ready to stop her. Time to make the arrest.
Oh no!
Why are we arresting her?
Did she notice us? She started running the other direction. What should we do? Should we chase her?
I didn't leave her, honestly. My job is to block this path. The rest is up to Lene.
You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief.
Maybe. Also, I kind of forgot what thief are they talking about. What are you talking about, dear child? Seems there's no reason for us to stay here. Let's go find her name.
Let's go.
Where are we going? Oh, there's no one. Going up or down the elevator? No. Oh, there you are.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier.
Oh yeah, the girl
Anyway,
that was
I should be
pickpocketing.
going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Lenny?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette.
That's a
I
duo.
have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the Court of Fontaine now.
Great. This is canonically this is supposed to be where we finally activate this, but I've done that way long ago now. And then this. What's this? Oh, the bus. Let's see Paimon's reaction to it.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
It's
This
like
is an
the
aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine.
Family 3.
It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
Damn. What do we twist the guy's leg?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just
Wait.
that, well, you don't really talk that much.
Damn.
Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's siblingship
That's
for
what
you.
it's like to be an older brother.
Yes. Man's nodding when he is himself.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Actually, I guess Trapper would be relating. It's like relatable. Who are you? Oh my god, it's her! It's from the event! Forgot her name. What the fuck was it? Shit. It's you, old friend.
What?
Charlotte. That's the name.
Paimon!
Yes.
Shit!
I mean, I thought to see you here, but not this early.
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's
So
a
this
pleasure
is
to
who I
meet
know
you.
you.
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Yeah. I thought we'd meet her back in the city, honestly.
Nice to meet you.
But I guess
From the
she does
Steambird,
travel
huh?
out quite a
We've
while.
often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
Of course,
It's an
for
honor to meet
publicity.
you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House.
Oh.
You could still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics.
For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
It's always money. I guess that's the only thing that it is. But it would definitely get my attention. That's not really the kind of news you're after.
You're right. Seems you know me pretty well.
Yes, you
What
like
I'm
big
really after
news.
is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh,
Yeah,
I
what
just
you gonna do?
remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen.
Why do I feel like this is gonna be like
I'm
on
the
those
first
Jack the
with a
Ripper
draft
kind of
ready to publish
stories.
when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird. Oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case?
Sounds
The
like
culprit hasn't been found?
it sounds
That's
like the
right.
Jack the
The
Ripper.
first missing girl
But it's
case
like
happened almost
missing
20
rather than
years ago.
found dead, I think.
And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found.
Oh,
Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen.
man uses the confusion to try and take him out. Then there must be more than one criminal at work. Maybe there are copycat criminals.
Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes,
Pretty
I
true.
agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation.
Yes, yes, they do.
I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
As the one to be said victim, no one wants that. No one wants to see that or hear anything about it. No good, not great for the heart. Imagine the trauma or the anxiety. My God.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Wow, that's a nice shot right there. Just twirls. Very cinematic, I like it. Oh. Now that is a scene. That's cool. I love the cinematography. Wow. This really gives an impression. Why is it so good? This is so good of an intro to a new area. Well, I guess to a city. Just look at it. And then,
Well,
that's where we
I
stop.
really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah,
Indeed.
us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Let's run along now.
Okay, Hyman hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
Where is the Steambird? I've been going around, but I haven't thought about it.
Tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
Going to a magician's home. I know one magician, but more of a magistus than a magician. Different kind of magi. Oh, okay, we just go down the elevator. Lovely. Now that makes it look cool. That the adventure guild I saw. Food area there, I saw on the left side. Breathtaking. Kinda feels weird though. I just realized how somewhat odd it feels to like look up and just see buildings. Because usually it's like all flat land. What I'm used to. I haven't seen something like this. This reminds me of like, it makes me think of like a city complex, where like it's just a bunch of condos and then tall buildings that are like mall styles. Oh my god, it's me! It's my name! Tastiest food in the world, get here. Come, dear friend, would you like one? Let's have a look, see. Oh wait. We have a garlic baguette, plantain onion soup, fish and chips, pâté de fruit, and Fanta. It's like Fanta, but Fanta. Delicious fish and crisps. Ah, look at that. That looks so much more like something you can take in, instead of like one whole fish. I've eaten fish and chips before. They always make dory fish. I don't know if you can make it with other fish. I wish that was an option. Pâté de fruit. Gummy candy. Oh! I want some gummies now. I'm hungry. I'm yummy, but that's me! Oh my god!
You gotta find that balance between flavor and nutrition.
Hang on, we gotta... There we go.
Guessing?
There we go. Where are we going? Oh.
This is our current abode.
Wow.
Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Everyone
I have
else.
some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, there's more than
Oh.
two of you.
They all just went out a moment ago.
It's the Claymore dude.
I see. Everyone
What's
is
that
getting
pack?
busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped.
Wait, wait. Are they orphanage?
Allow
I
me
can't
to
remember.
introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Oh, that explains the pack. Looks like an oxygen
hello.
tank. Yep, it's an oxygen tank. Timid.
Meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Sure seems to have a big family. Very big. Actually, not that big. Father, then three.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
Wait, his hat is a diver mask. I just realized. Look at it.
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
It's alright, go ahead. Always speak with your siblings. Don't mind the guests. Yeah, there's a diver's hat. That's cool. I didn't realize that. His like whole outfit's like somewhat diver geared and diver themed.
Is everything all right?
What seems to be the trouble?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, is
Before I
that so?
forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine. Always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
I really want to go diving myself, but I can never find the time. My brother, I want to go. Me and my brother have a diving gear. I mean, not diving gear, but like licenses, but we haven't gone for a while.
Looks like rain.
You think?
But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
A whale must have jumped
I'm
up.
afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe.
Oh,
It said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine.
no
I
Saya?
don't know where the dragon went. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain.
As if it was an extension.
When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
Could that dragon be the elemental dragon of Fontaine? Oh, another one of those elemental dragons of Tibet?
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something.
Oh yeah. Wait, has there been...
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Cute. I mean, this doesn't always
Doesn't
work.
seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers.
There's a time the rain stops.
It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Yes, it is. Can we go inside your house?
You needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, are you leaving now?
Oh,
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it?
Come
Perhaps
now.
we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
I guess so.
Oh, don't worry, we're on the case.
I'm just understandable.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
I just realized it kind of feels somewhat not strange for him to be introverted, but kind of like a building block for him to be introverted. Because he is a diver, and when you're diving, you can't really talk underwater, so you have to make, like, you can't talk, so you got to be quiet somewhat. But, it's alright, honestly. Introvertism's not that bad, not that great either when you need it. But hey, what can you do? Madame?
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Madame. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials.
So that's how talkative she is.
They're for making, what were they called again?
Magic pockets.
These must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now.
How much?
No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount.
Oh.
But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Considerate, indeed.
So, is Linny actually loaded?
I
Maybe.
can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a magician in Fontaine.
Is this
Maybe.
machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
It's like a power hammer.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology, and wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that get its power from?
Quite.
Well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure I can put it in layman's terms for you. But basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Trials.
Produce energy.
trials? That does not make sense. Like, do people stomp on
I'm not
something?
completely sure of all the details myself, but basically, when a trial is in session, the Entreprise Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
Hold up. Whoa. It went from English to literal French in a matter of one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 words. Went to straight French, fluent. Impressive. I'm astonished.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments. But Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines?
Well, Venti and Nahida both said the gods rely on belief to obtain power. But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
But how does it
Even though I've never
recognize
heard anyone really
belief?
put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense.
No, it
Besides
doesn't.
Numidium, we have another type of energy called Pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
Oh, wow.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm sure you wouldn't mind a few words with me.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
Loan
Why
sharks.
are you hounding me now?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Damn, that's a real loan shark right there.
You...
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Maybe. I don't like it though.
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect
Oh.
payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first
Child.
before you get back to your little conversation here?
I didn't think I'd see you here.
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Bruh.
Traveler, Paimon!
Taking
I
a
didn't
card,
think I'd
huh?
run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
Why?
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Oh yeah, wait, did he? Was he not? I don't know. I don't remember what happened to him. What did happen to him after we defeated him in Leeway anyways? I forgot. We sure seem to have to run into a lot of friends today. Fontaine really is a curious place.
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, things have been pretty boring. But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Don't tell me I have to
Sure,
fight
we'd
you
want to
again.
avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far. Right, Traveler?
We've weathered enough storms for now. I don't mind a little excitement every now and then.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't
Oh.
interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends? Listen
Oh,
to
dear.
me, boy. If you want your Mora, fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Oh dear.
I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said,
Oh, they went ice
Hey,
fishing.
That's way over the line. All right, boys. Let's see who has to pay up now.
can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients. You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm sure this won't take long.
But especially what happened with the ruin guards back in part 2 of your thing. We're fighting now, aren't we?
Tidal wave. Shouldn't let your guard down. Da. Yeah. Da. Yeah.
Hello. We body swapped.
Oh, what's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
So they don't know.
Now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it?
Do they all know that he's a... Whoa.
Huh?
What happened? What are you doing?
Now's my chance!
Oh. Damn.
Huh.
Weird.
That was weird.
What happened? Did your vision? No, not vision. What was the word? I forgot what it's called, but your not so visiony vision ran out of juice or something? What happened?
I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them.
Oh, they're
Maybe
running.
there's something wrong with my vision?
It's not a vision though, it's
How could that
it's something
happen?
else.
First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
I forgot what it's called. It was mentioned. I forgot.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to
Delusion,
stay sharp,
as it
I
is.
shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
Oh, what? Wait. Oh yeah! His delusion is the Electro one. Hydro is his main vision. Right. Okay. Okay, that's weird. Don't use the delusion.
Doing in Fontaine, child. I don't see its work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
No.
What kind of reason is that? Wait, since when
Simple
do you
enough.
feel down about anything?
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn about myself. But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility.
Makes sense, because the visions kind of represent the person's ambition in a certain way or form, I think. So about this power. Anyway, it came
I can't
from.
remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss.
Oh.
It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities.
Oh.
The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk.
Skirt.
She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat techniques. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
What is it? What did you awaken?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive, I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Oh.
A whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
Yeah, his burst.
That's
From
just an
bow form.
abstract form of a whale that I create using my elemental powers. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind. I'll never forget it.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to Paimon.
Power inside you is connected to your incident in the
So why
abyss.
don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
She's gone now, obviously,
You
maybe.
make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss.
Yeah.
But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Huh.
Oh,
Odd.
sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be elusive like that. Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you.
It's already
I
morning.
just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so I should get going.
Yes.
More work for the Northland Bank?
And no, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
No, I think it's a hobby more. Huh?
In Fontaine,
is it?
before
Oh.
a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist.
Oh.
The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
So that's how it
Engaging
is.
in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. But if they lose, they'll have no choice but to stand trial.
Huh.
And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel.
Oh.
Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no
Listen.
one has ever been officially sentenced to death.
Okay, that's good.
So really, the only people who opt to duel
But-
are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor. Otherwise, why gamble with your life?
Really.
So, do many people
Says
actually
the
get out of their
man that's like a
trials by winning
fighting
the duel?
addict.
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects the honor of its citizens. Besides,
In, like, the worst
none of
way
the
or
champion
something?
duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Oh.
Well, that's child for ya.
You can even ask to duel
Feels like
without.
we heard that
Okay.
name somewhere before. Clorinde.
Was it the girl that we met with the Archon?
Oh, before I forget, I
Ugh.
want you to have this.
Was it? Oh, what the? Delusion?
Huh? Your vision? You're
Hey,
seriously
no.
just giving it away?
Hey, yeah,
I'm
wait.
just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So,
Okay.
I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Okay.
Knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come talk to us again, don't you?
Whatever gave you that idea? I'll be in touch later.
Alright. But that's gonna be weird.
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as ever to Paimon. Well, seems we don't have much to do for now. We might as well walk around and see the city before Lenny's performance.
Okay. We got free roam now. We should be walk all around Court of Fontaine.
Wow!
Oh, never mind. We don't have free will.
They're coming! The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along!
Hey, don't blur it out, pal.
Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The murder mystery novels here are amazing!
I never thought I'd see the day Paimon would enjoy reading.
The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but Paimon thinks this style of novels are more, well, novel.
It's shorter
It's
is
so
what it
exciting
is.
to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read it too.
You already spoiled who the murderer was.
Sorry about that. Paimon will be more careful next time.
Yes, no one likes a spoiler, man.
Shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see Linny's performance soon? It's almost time for the show to start, so we should get going.
Can we have free will now?
The opera
There we
house
go.
down there near us. So let's go ride the aquabus.
Wait. Oh, you can go behind here. No, not that end. I thought this would be interesting, but I guess not. So those are crates. But hang on. Since we were given Child's Hydro Vision, do we now have it like... We don't have it a quest thing, do we? No. Yeah, no, these quests, these ones are from something else. Okay. Enigma page 5. Don't I have other Enigma pages or no? Oh wait, no, these are something else. Why do you have so many copies of these? Oh. Enigmatic page. Well, either way... Let's see here. We gotta go here. Don't want to take the aqua bus. Already done that. Let's just go over here. I don't want to take the octopus again. It's so long. If I didn't go around the whole place before I streamed, then maybe, but still no. Oh, okay.
Now this is fancy.
Quite.
Opera at Eclairs. What a place to hold a performance. No wonder Linny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
It's a big place.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
Oh,
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
come.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Maybe this is
Interesting.
one of the customs in
It's like a
Fontaine.
wishing
Sure
fountain.
are a lot of couples here.
Yeah.
Vache.
Whoa. Vafu?
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
Vache? Whoa.
No,
There's
Paimon
only-
didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Whose voice was
Welcome to
that?
the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh.
All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Ah, I see. Is that a beginning to an end?
You scared Paimon. When did you get here?
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
It seemed I heard a faint voice just
What do you
now.
mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
From the fountain.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides, it's the middle of the day. It's not the time for eerie things.
It's in the middle of the
I
day.
see.
Why are you
I
so
might be able to tell you something
weird?
that could help explain the voice you heard.
Oh,
In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
okay.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental power?
Doesn't make sense now.
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait,
Um,
what? What does that have to do with anything?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
interesting question.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
Interesting explanation. but I ain't buying it. Is that Mora? My god, it's Mora!
So, what did the voice say?
Calling someone's name.
If you were hearing
Rashi.
their emotions, then Paimon
Rashi,
wonders
I
what
think.
happened to them.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first.
Oh, what happened?
Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Linny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Hmm.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Let's go in and see Linny.
Alright. Before that, though, I want to go interact with this. Yep. Offerings of Fountain of Lucine. I was just hoping to read the plaque, but okay, I guess this works. So what is this? There's a... You can now throw hydro sigils. Ah, so it's like a tree equivalent. Oh, that's not it. This one. Wow. Okay. Offer hydro sigils you obtain from your adventures into the Fountain of Lucine to receive your guerdons from the fountain's waters. Just say your rewards. What dang it. Offer. Whoa. Oh, that's cool. And level 6. Nice. Our rewards are E. They should really add a flame feature. There we go. Level 6. I got at least, I now have 5 acquainted fate. Nice. How many, I wonder, how many days, because I said I wanted to do a poll once this is reset. 5 days. By the end of 5 days, about Thursday maybe? Next Thursday? Saturday is today. Then maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe. Anyways, moving on. Where we go? This way. Let's over to the sides though. What's this way? This is a roundabout. It is... What is it? Oh, what is this? Like a walk in the plank kind of deal. That doesn't look too safe at all for a real person. There's also a Hydroculus down here somewhere. I'll get that later. I wanna know what's here. What's over here? Interesting. And that's the sea right there. Huh. Well, it looks like a pretty climbable area. Very climbable indeed. Wait. This thing can move. This thing can move. But how though? Gotta be a lever somewhere. Something. Anyways, let's get this Oculus. Where is it? Aha! La-dee, la-dee-doo, la-dee-da. Going around the building to the entrance. Hey Phoebe, hello. Tag yes, will Monsieur New Visite preside over the next trial? Will Lady Farina make an appearance? Are we waiting in suspense? Yep, that we will. Enter Opera House. Okay. Oh, cutscene? Oh, well, that's nice.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
We did say we would.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived.
Literally.
But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house.
Oh.
Wait just a moment. I'll fetch the tickets. The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Why, thank you, my good sir.
Seats. Thanks, Linny.
Don't mention
Thank you, my good
There's
man.
no need to keep thanking me.
Hey,
Oh, who's
Lenny,
that?
could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, dear.
I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
You best get busy.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Linny.
I like the lighting. Camera looks pretty good as well. So which way? I wanna go. Can I go here? Any chests underneath the stairs? Nope. Can I go here? Oh. Okay, we're technically in here now. Oh. It's so big. What's that? It's a weighing scale. Oh, my seats are over there. I thought it'd be up there somewhere. Hey, that's front. Oh, what's up? God dang it. I didn't mean to do that. Who are you?
These should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Well, I guess you float. Hmm? Oh, hello. I thought guests weren't supposed to be in here yet. Awkward silence. Is he asleep? Or in the stare?
Traveler, maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kinda awkward if we don't say anything.
Isn't that usually your job?
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me.
Oh.
I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
No,
I would
no.
be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
The voice is a bit of a throwback.
So you heard all of that, did ya?
So,
Ooh, you sure have good ears.
we're the only ones here. What you mean?
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk. But what should we talk about?
Man reminds you of Zhongli. Especially the voice.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then?
Why is he?
Oh, this is getting more awkward.
He
by
looks
the
like-
second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Yes, we have. Hello, good
It is
sir.
an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat.
I've
And as
heard your voice
required by
before.
proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in
Nervillet.
fact an honor for me to see
Oh,
your
it's
performance in
you.
person.
It's the guy that the little
Wait,
furball was talking about.
Nervillet? Could he be?
Yeah.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know who Monsieur Nervillet is. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
What?
Ooh,
Man looks like a
for being
dragon
so
with
rude
those
just
hair
now.
pieces.
Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
And
No
to be
offense
in the
taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work.
you dicks.
Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way,
Aren't you supposed to
I
be the
should probably
judge
let you
then?
know, even though I would prefer not to.
Uh-huh.
There's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
What?
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
I didn't even notice you. I was hoping to come upstairs first, but I guess.
It's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Quite. I guess you should sit in the front over here, since you won't be able to see the show
Right
much.
between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
I mean...
Alright, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations, and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Yay! The show's finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Crowd enters the venue and the curtains open to show the beginning.
Ooh! They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Shush, Paimon. Hush now and stop floating.
Sorry. Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Now sit down. Oh, just float a bit lower.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
What the fuck?
Hello, everyone.
Okay, there we go. Let's say.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Brr.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
What will they...
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show.
Oh, yeah.
That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Good
They
point.
did take it
That's
off.
what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way. I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Alright, blink now.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Oh. Cards. Oh.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Oh, hey, it's Lynette.
Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely.
Oh, no.
Right before your very eyes.
Oh. Please. I don't care if it's just a game, it's... Nah. She's fine. She's fine.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Oh, what the? A vacuum? Hey, yo!
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll be. It's cute. Yes. Nice. She looked cute in that scene, I like it. That was something though.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Herman didn't see him do anything! Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
What a show
If we
indeed.
could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Oh, cat. Oh.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Oh. Interesting.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box. After 1 minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
1 minute.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Wow! How's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
And so watch and
The
see.
lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box.
Isn't that...
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh, okay.
She looks like the thief from
All
earlier.
right. Before I enter
But
the
maybe
magic
not.
box, there is one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown? Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
With the whole crowd counting together, we couldn't even if you wanted to.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together. Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59,
Oh.
58.
Oh, okay.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Will we be hearing this for a whole minute?
54, 53, 52? Huh? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Right.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something. 40, 39, 38!
Understanding now.
Mr. Linney, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
It's all part of the show. Oh,
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
maybe it was just a divert our
Not
attention.
sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it. 25, 24, 23.
There, the countdown's definitely something
What's
to drown
wrong,
out the
Mr. Linney?
noise.
I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds. Hear them counting?
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
10,
Almost
Cutscene.
there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7,
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5, 4, 3,
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0.
Oh, hey! Where's the other girl, though? Whoa! Was that supposed to happen?
What happened?
Treachery. Oh dear. Who was that?
Is this part of the show?
Oh, it's
Mr.
not.
Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Okay. I kind of want to go to the stage and see what happened. Completed the investigation.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
Oh no.
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance. And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
The serial disappearances case?
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
Pull it off like this too. Try to get in between the carton. Chief Justice.
I know. I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Oh, come now.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
This all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not? Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this?
You just met the guy.
He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
The suspect acknowledged what else happened
Save
to the show.
discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that he... Well,
But-
I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady Farina said it all.
Always saying what she saw.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing. That's right. I mean you, Traveler.
Hey.
You'll support Linny, won't you?
I mean,
After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
interesting.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the Traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met.
Did we? Was that a
But
duel?
with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome.
Oh, come
So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
Make it close.
She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Attorney? Oh god, sure.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the
We're
Opera
about to play
House.
Ace Attorney in here.
Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Okay.
Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
A day isn't that long.
Why are the guards called like
Kind of
guards,
pace
not
this big shot
G-U-A-R?
Outlander can build in such a short amount of time. I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Hush you. I managed to fight 3 gods. I think 4 at this point.
Lenny!
No, I think 4. We had Osayo.
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Uh,
Were you frightened?
something I forget.
Of course!
These are
Who would be
dragons.
scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
No.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me.
No way, right?
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not, and I don't know why poor Cal was in the box. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Yes, it's very strange.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Who the hell? You got the glasses.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty
Oh
cool, huh?
no.
Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
She was funny.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self.
He just looks funny at this point.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence. Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Great.
Yes, thank you so much.
Great. This will be fun. I won't let you down. Here's this sort of thing.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Oh yeah.
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
You could look at the machine. Someone might have tampered with it so that shows 7th row.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
We're Lynette and Lynette's attorneys.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Well, we're already in it.
What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Also,
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal.
mm-hmm.
Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
But why was Kyle inside? Wasn't the girl supposed to be in there?
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap.
They
All
weren't
these
that
factors
far up, were
lining
they?
up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
But he doesn't have a motive.
No
Are you
motive.
both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
You know, people can also be the most reliable.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Quite so. You can use case records, confirm your current evidence, and clue selection situations and sort case-related information. You can check as yet undiscovered evidence and clues the case record, then investigate the corresponding area to locate them. Use the perception skill to find evidence and clues that can be investigated within a certain radius around yourself. This will advance your overall progress. Okay. Deceased identity. Deceased one is Linny's assistant named Cowell. He's well trusted by all the colleagues. His job was setting and inspecting props as well as assisting the show and keeping the crowd engaged. Okay. This is where the magician magic box was struck. Cowell went inside the box with the box. At the moment, he might have dodged the falling water tank. How do I access the thing again? Record. Nope. Okay, nothing. Alright. We also have the glass.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
How can the fire reach up so high is my question. Lene didn't realize this was safety or concern. It was a safety concern.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Oh, is this how we actually appear? I'm just looking at where the rope snapped.
Whoa. Look! This bit of...
Oh, that's how it is. Interesting.
made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Seems to be flammable, like a type of flash cotton.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means... Wait, why don't you write all this down? Let's take notes.
Rope was used to suspend the water tank. It suddenly broke when the fireworks were being launched up on stage. The investigation was shown that the location where the rope snapped was made of flammable material. Oddly enough. opened. Then here's the magic box. Broken magic box was a screen that was completed their investigation. Looking at it now, wire tank must have struck it really hard. Oh yeah. Why are you two a piece of my evidence? Quentin, what's that?
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
Ah, so there was a problem with it.
Told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
It's been set to a single number.
That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Not Linny. Linny wouldn't know.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Thank you.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Linny may be the one that reserved our seats, but there's no way he would be the one to know everyone's seat number. From a reality point of view, I doubt you would be paying attention to who's sitting where when you're making a reservation for your specific friends. Like, there's no way. There's no way you'd know. You'd one, want to know that, and two, remember that. Some more bits of evidence. Can I get off stage? Yes, I can. Let's check the other box. Examine box. Examine. Right. Looks like the owner box or Linny somehow moved instantly from being inside. Dear good sir, audience member.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Oh.
If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Yeah, no.
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Oh yeah?
Thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the
That's probably
opinion
when it
that it may have
happened.
been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. Jumping atop the water tank or something like that. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
It was burned off.
Wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Yeah, when the water tank started to swing a bit in that case.
That's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
That does remind Paimon, though. What was with that sound?
It's probably the people moving around, moving the girl, but could also be the girl being yeeted off into no man's land. Anyways, check the box. Elemental sight? No. Nothing for my friend. Nothing for my good friend Elemental sight. Nothing from this side either. Look for clues.
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand.
Yeah. Definitely someone not of the audience, definitely someone from the preparation. People behind the scenes.
Why would it be him? How strange. We all heard that noise, didn't we?
Yeah, the noise.
People needed to register and reserve a seat for the show. That, combined with this number selector, could allow you to pick a young lady instead of some old fogey.
Yes.
This rope was obviously tampered with. This rope...
Okay, that's gonna get annoying if I hit it too many times. So, okay. So there, and then over here. Major clues right there. Aha! How far is it? Oh yeah. Hello.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. It seems he'll have a lot of explaining to do.
Yes.
I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Well, just keep at it. How about you, good people? Nope. Is this still? Yep, this is still in the play area.
Hey, you!
Oh.
Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
What's with the mob boss?
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No. And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
No, we're not.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president.
Oh, she got stars.
Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Hello.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
It's culture. It's cultural.
I am the second generation president. Melus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
Demoiselle.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand.
Want to investigate?
Right? I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Really? We think so
no.
too. That's why we're looking for clues now.
Not a magician, not a killer.
But how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Alright, fair enough.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
But
For an
that's
Archon.
not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Kinda.
What's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
No, when you put it like that.
All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
That's fair.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me.
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Wait, how so?
Well?
Not always,
Why
no.
would that be?
Doing so makes it easy for the truth to fall by the wayside. Something serious like a trial shouldn't be treated like entertainment.
See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
Ooh.
Now, I need to make some
The first time I
preparations,
passed in something.
following which our joint investigation shall commence. You two shall be my assistants.
Hey. Wait, we just got here.
When do we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Bruh. We'll have you take as a companion. Seems you've already agreed then.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Yes. I trust intuition,
You
but...
wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
It's aligned because it's connected. Could be connected
You're
anyways.
quite the talker, aren't you, mister? And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
No.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly,
Alrighty then.
I don't think I would have anything to add
We'll be
with
making
those
some
two.
preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Linny's tricks. Thanks!
Nope. Hell no, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so that's not even one of two. Hello, Christine.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
Well, that's hard. We don't have an ID.
We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
What about during the show?
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Because she was standing there, probably.
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck.
It's okay.
I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Trapdoor, maybe.
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Okay. No one left the Opera House. Okay. I mean, I could have known that already because I saw her at the entrance. Now, finally. Second floor. Oh, it's so big. And the doors are so big and the chairs. Sit. Eh. Nice. I wanted to sit here first, but wait. I'm sorry, it's just, you know, I know I should. No. God dang it. Let me talk to you. Talk to that. You, madam. No. Wait, did I not check that thing out? No, I did. I guess it's just you. Reese.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh,
This location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troop members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence. The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Could tell us who she is.
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Not between them, but someone. There's some random guy that's off the grid.
Don't need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
Yes, of course.
It is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
She's probably down in the sewers. Okay, can I get out from here?
Performance venue.
Nope, I can't.
My mom wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm out of investigation.
Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Hush, pylon. Okay, so one thing's for sure. Trapdoor is major evidence. The fact that no one is able to leave because of the melusine outside. The fire being a certain part of the rope being very flammable. And then her intuition. Miss... What's her face? The boss's intuition. I forgot her name already. Let's go outside real quick. Excuse me, madame. What is thy name? Navia. Thank you. Navia. Aside from that, I don't think I got much.
Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Let's see, we have at least 1, 2, 3. This guy pretty much lists out how many things we have to find. So 5 more pieces of evidence. What could be more?
Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived.
Oh, hey.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Me? I'm
Navia.
Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind magic performed on such a large scale.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Okay. So this is where we'll see the trapdoor bit.
Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
No. Other than a trapdoor, maybe.
I'm
Or
not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used
where's
to
the
perform it more easily.
balloons? Where's all the decorations?
Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back of the door isn't the same.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Memory's a bit hazy.
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
There's another box inside this one.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Interesting.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Going to put 2 boxes together.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
So that was the third.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
And what about your side of the trick?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
Phonograph?
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
Oh.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who. And that's
I need to
my
rewatch
favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Can tell a lot too much put into this.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Some magic trick. Gotcha. On-site magic box structure. Not inside magic box structure. So now we have 2 more pieces of evidence. Great. Looks like a scuffle happened.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Here's for the trick.
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase! Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
No, we should crash rather than a thud.
That can't be. The trolley moves moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Broken flower vase. Alright. Let's be systematic about this. Clothing, probably of the girl.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
They didn't mention the guest having a wardrobe change.
And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
What the, where's your eyes swollen now?
This is so confusing.
Oh.
Lena doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
I see, that's why. Young lady's clothes. It still has the she still has the glasses even if you go to the Paimon menu. That's funny. Alright, let's see. Well, there's the clothes. There's a trolley. Air vents.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh. Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
There are no other ways in or out of here.
Other than those that go through the magic box, and they and Lynette were in the magic boxes.
You're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Tunnel vents. That's pretty much all the evidence I could think to deem useful. Perpetrator could use this. Could've. Didn't. Zone trolley. Major transport. That's transport a bit. This. Other perhaps questions of some stuff inside. The trolley track. What else? This. Is there a vent up there? No, it doesn't seem like it. Can you move it? Maybe you control the device. You can't control it. And then there's stairs. Oh, grappling hook.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
They didn't mention this?
It was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
And on the floor, no less.
Let's make a note of it first.
Okay. Drop hook the rope. Use them clear. It's all the evidence I could
Just
get.
about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up.
So you can return. Okay, air vents is definitely a way of escape. Thing is, though,
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
It would seem so.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable. No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
The thing is...
Charges and then trial.
Okay.
So if the the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Oratrice?
Right. This is how indemnitium is produced.
Oh.
Statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the Oratrice. It's as if the Oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. And not that this has ever happened anyway.
So it's pretty much like a tipping thing. It's a scale to see which side the masses prefer more.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the Oratrice as a reference. Finally, the Oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Oh, hey, Gio.
Machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought you never called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
That's fair.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties, or that we might find outside help to disrupt the case. And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
Fair enough.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Bruh.
Whoa, there's no need for that. Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
That's not a time to be picky.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some of Fontaine's famous desserts, too.
Do it later.
What better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
We'll go on that date another time.
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Oh.
Just kidding. Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
Hush now.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Huh? Here? But how?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Where are you taking us? Kitchen? Better be kitchen.
Wait.
Oh, what the?
You're carrying a portable stove with you?
What the hell is this?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
Where did you put this? Where have you been hiding
I have
this?
eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Huh? And you have the ingredients. Of course you do.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight for a moment. You'll get to taste my awesome snack soon enough.
It looks like a crock pot.
We are quite the interesting group.
Yes, must be a spinach Rasula thing. Navia methodically handles the ingredients and pulls fresh macaroons out. Oh!
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop drooling.
Now on the tea.
These two guys carrying all that stuff around? Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself! Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything!
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Not quite what Paimon meant, but okay.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
I'm guessing no.
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, Give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's 3
I like
for
her
each
character.
of us. Only 3?
Hush now, Paimon. Be grateful.
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Fair enough.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite. Strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Why don't you guys take a break?
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
Yes, but still. I don't mind, honestly.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Yes.
However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
So apart from them, we're left with 2 other people. The missing girl and the deceased. Cowell was definitely down under to make sure that everything was being operated because Linné and Lynette were still in the boxes. Linné in the box on the stage, and then Lynette Linné was talking, and then Lynette was trying to change into look like Linné, and then once they had to open up to when Linné popped out, that was actually Lynette. And as that was happening, Linné, the real Linné, was in the other box. So it must have happened during the time. It definitely happened during the time Lynette has finally moved on to the audience box, and Cowell was somehow knocked out, put inside of the audience box, and the girl was brought out, and then the girl changed clothes. Was also probably knocked out. The water could explain a scuffle. And also the clothes nearby it, meaning it was a bit of a forced wardrobe change.
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel.
Yes.
Resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
There's no evidence that this third person exists.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowell.
Only Cowell would be it, right?
secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowell before making her escape?
Maybe. But she had no way of knowing how the magic trick worked.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the magic troop's members.
Were we not thorough enough in our search?
Maybe we were. We just gotta piece it
From
properly.
the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case.
No.
Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
Oh, what?
What? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
Yeah.
No! Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
It's fine, you ate them. You ate them. If you ate them, you ate them.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon?
Oh dear.
Ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal.
Wait.
Set up the stove again, if you would.
What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Really no need.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Her.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Makes you think, does she run a baker shop? Does she run a shop of her own?
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Alright, thanks for your help, and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Probability of third person being involved. It could be Kala, but no. Why would he kill himself afterwards? It's like if one gets arrested.
Put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
How do I even review notes? The bag thing. Oh, no, there is a child's illusion. Oh, vision, I mean. That's right, we did keep it. Okay, here are the notes.
Why would it be him?
Tunnel.
That size wouldn't have been a problem for Paimon. Digging a tunnel, and the performance, well, there was...
We're missing one thing. We're still missing something. I wish we could look around some... Oh wait, you can't. Okay. Examine ladder. Turn. What could we be missing here?
Why would it be him?
Back in the tunnel, there's 3 things we have to investigate. Tracks. Wait. Clothing. The vase. Mechanism. And the hook. There's a hook. And then the air vents. Probably. We're missing 9 things. Well, what you could gather, this is as much as we got. We got tampered number generator. A burnt rope, so that shouldn't be there, that's different from the other bits of rope. We also have the listing of people of attendance. No, this is regards to the face reports. Okay. We have clothes, a young lady, the vase, and then the hook. We're missing 1 thing, 2 things from the tunnel. 2 major things in the tunnel. What could it be? I can definitely move this. Let me try this. How loud is it? Nope, that's just me and the thing. Examine trolley. That's the exit. Can't climb out. Probably definitely something we can move. Wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, I thought there wouldn't be anything. We're gonna do glass. Let's talk to some other people. Like you.
Could it be that I didn't see it happen?
None of us saw it happen. Let's see here. How do I go into my investigation thing? Oh, it's someone's birthday today. It's Ningguang. Oh! I don't know. Alright. Let's see. Broken glass. My husband.
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're both after the truth.
Alright. The damage. And cows there. Oh well. Guess we'll speed up time. Ah, boy. Alright. 8 o'clock. So I accidentally passed it. There you go. There we are. Oh boy.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Taking step by step.
Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Oh, is this supposed to be day 2 of our investigation? Or is this actual trial day? Oh, it's trial day. Oh no.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
Yes.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
You clearly reveal the details of the magistrate. Everyone in the audience is stunned.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So
in that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Miss
is clearly lying.
Eh?
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
So it was 30 seconds.
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
That didn't happen. How could Linné not know about the sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Probably represents the artist's stance on trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
What's that supposed to mean?
House of the Hearth?
Wait, Fatui? Fatui? What do you...
No wonder they did something like this.
No.
The serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Oh dear.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute.
Okay.
Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
This is tough.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted?
Is that her inner voice?
Here comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
What all-nighter?
Hey, Linny. Why didn't you tell us this before?
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true?
There's no doubt the magician's ability to con others given how Linné has concealed his identity. This could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now be a friend.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
Nice tipping in her favor too much.
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
No, not yet. We still have our defense. Permission to speak.
Granted.
Okay, my client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
No, we
The
still have our
defendants seek their own
defense.
attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say!
Hush now.
Your request is
Oh, hello.
reasonable.
Who are you?
We shall adjourn.
Sorry about that. I was a bit
This
engrossed
trial
in
will
the story.
reconvene in 1 hour.
Dorothy dear.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense
Hello,
even
sorry.
after knowing what you do now?
I was a bit
You
engrossed in
certainly
the
have
story
more
here.
professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Okay, dang it.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah,
Hmm.
sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
They're not. That's what they're titled with it.
But Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
Indeed. But how can we know this isn't another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Where did you actually go while the ship was being formed?
Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Oh, someone was there.
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand the Oratrice
Because of that
operates?
prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Just realized my thing's wrong. It says 26, 5, instead of 26.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. We'll defend you from the charges. Your judgment will be expensive. Shit.
Thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
We already have the key evidence we need. The adjournment's almost over.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
It is claimed that he headed to the chamber containing the Oratory's core, entering the town, and did not witness the crime taking place, and thus did not hear a thud. Was Oratory's core chamber? There is my two evidences for the tunnel. I'm guessing, right?
Why would it be
Yep.
him?
There's now one thing we need. There's not now one key evidence we need for the ending part. From above ground. How did the rope actually snap?
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
That smile. Based on the opposition's accounts, events, you can identify loopholes in their statements. Use evidence includes obtained during the investigation to refute any assertion of facts replaced with a new defense. Use the refutations to convince the audience and obtain more support from people the archers will display such shifts clearly. Okay. Okay, this is something now.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
That's not true.
He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed.
Kyle did not arrive at the tunnel, but he was already there, sadly. Since someone had to be operating the trolley while Lynette was still trying to look like Linnae up on stage.
Proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Okay.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
I
The key to
do.
refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linney experienced, and what he saw.
Okay. Let's see here. The fourth one is definitely correct, and the first one as well. No, that's the fifth one. The fourth one is what's wrong. The fourth, second, and third is what's wrong. So how does this work? Okay. Identify loopholes. This statement. It's just exit the opera house. No one left the opera house. Okay. Alright, okay. The chamber houses the electric core. Okay. Identify loopholes. Refute.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Yeah, no, indeed. This as well. However, was Linné really in the tunnel at the time? No, he wasn't. During the switching performance, no audible sound that many audience members heard. Chamber, house, or choose core.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
That's what he did, that's where he went. This one now, the existing evidence indicates that Linny returned tunnel of the crime taking place. Sadly no, since we saw... No, it's not that one, it's... Well, this one.
Linny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Yes. That's it.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linny did indeed go into the tunnel.
Oh, it has been clicking.
But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and
it sounds like she's screaming.
the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Entirely because this is still a crime of entering a restricted area, I think. And still.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
Yes, it was.
You believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe that my opposite's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The on-site equipment was clearly tampered with in the premediation fashion. However, you can say that Kao bumped into Linné by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
They have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
You refuted Linné's alibi initially.
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
We just said he wasn't. Your claim has now become my weapon. And has also become a critic too. Wait. Hey. Which evidence that Linné wasn't tunnel when the crime took place? Opera House. True. Case record. Irrelevant. A lot of shit irrelevant, but this one. Select.
Are you don't need to give this more thought. Paimon thinks there's something off here.
Okay, that's good. So that's wrong. Okay, so can we suck these? No. Wait. Yeah, no. Okay. Wait, what was it again? It wasn't in the tunnel.
That's right!
This one.
Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he
There you go.
didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Oh dear, don't gloat.
Well played. To think you'd use such logic.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
A third party. Select gear icons in the interface to check corresponding case questions. Select answers and fill the empty gears to verify the correctness of your deduction. If you have made mistakes, you must make another selection from the remaining options. Once you have answered all the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. Okay. Guards investigation reporting case to the files released near the end of the show ignited the burn and burned through the ropes suspending the water tank. The Nay is no longer under suspicion. Only the members of the troop would have been able to tamper with the props. They gave detailed account of how the trick was supposed to work by using a box inside a box. The idea was for the box containing the audience to be transported across via the tunnel underneath, and Linnaeus himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. Having changed her outfit, Linnaeus and her assistant would take charge of onstage interactions. The clothes belonging to a housemaid, the lady who went missing, were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Select the clear view information. Third
There
party.
have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Maybe. There wasn't a third
Deceased's name is
person.
Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Maybe. But let's go with the third party for now. Hypothesis is incorrect.
Halsey is the missing person.
Has to be Halsey then. Eh? So
The
Cowell?
deceased's name is Cowell.
I trust people too much. I put trust in people way too much.
That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Who might not actually be dead.
Is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
Okay.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
So how can the evidence? Okay. Let's see here. No one could get in or out. So the vent.
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey?
How can we envisage Linnae as having been unable to interfere with the crime? Okay. Let's use.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment.
Let's use Linnae. Let's
It would have
use
been tough
him.
for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Do that. And then the
Halsey's clothing
clothes.
was in the tunnel, so there
Oh.
must have been some fear that she would attract
I just realized that
attention.
was okay. Who's the prime minister currently? It would be
The deceased's
Cowell,
name is Cowell.
but he's already dead. Where did the missing Hazley go? But no one could enter or leave. To the vents, maybe? How can I prove that there was altercation in the tunnel? Oh, okay, I didn't see that question. So we can do that, and then
been tough for both.
let's do this one. What? Incorrect again. So, okay, through the sound, not the clothes, the sound. Now, where did the missing Hazy go?
Halsey's clothing was in the
Halsey,
tunnel.
I don't know. The vent was there before, right? No. Karen must have understood the methods behind Lindy's magic trick and must have been in position. Like, leaving aside how he died, Kao had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Kao and the hate of Halsey struggling. Renee was now not in tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Kao to bring Halsey out of magic box in the audience stand. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left Opera House, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered. But unless they can fake the death, that's how they can get out.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Hazy go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Oh, right, yeah.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
Interesting.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well,
Maybe she never
but
disappeared.
the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Magic. Escaping from the water tank. The water tank?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents.
The water.
But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
Oh dear, no, it's tipping again. We're halfway
If
there.
the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold. Objection.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Yes. And where did the missing Hazy go? The water
This was
vase.
not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
The water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together as it disappeared instead of being kidnapped! Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
Oh yeah. How about that?
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
We have visions. I guess that we examine Kyle's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
Alright. Personal effects, meaning personal
We are still examining
things.
the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
Interesting.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
What's happening?
Mademoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Whoa. Now you got a
It is
cane.
undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Like,
Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
primordial seawater. Great. Who is prime suspect currently? Cowell.
Deceased's name is
Cowell. What item did culprit use to control the timing of her dissolution?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage
On
the
stage
entire
and
time.
box.
Did she have something to do with this? I
Mm,
remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
I think it was Lynette.
Lynette was in the magic box.
What item did the culprit use to dissolve hazel?
Water from the primordial...
Yes. Tubes. What item did the culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime?
The rope that held the water tank up was lit...
That one. No. Okay. What item? It
I
was...
remember there was something else.
What was the hook about?
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
Then what I've done, the culprit to hide location behind the crime. Is it on the stage?
I remember there was something. Lynette was in the magic box.
On stage. What?
I remember there was.
It was the one that's off stage.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowl would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Okay, we're stable now.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how
Planted.
wonderfully comedic to have your own
I say planted, I dare
counterattack
say.
only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
And I shall refute thine reasoning.
Did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent.
Oh, right, for that.
Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
He's a magician, not a murderer.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Linny?
Child did leave as well, though. Something. No, that one was for a fight, not
We've
this.
used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
No. Not yet. Come now.
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this.
We're still missing one piece. Never mind, we're not. Thought we did, okay.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
No, we still got one more turn, right?
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss,
Clutch.
I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't
Come
be
on, not
hasty.
the clutch.
I have a
Come
good
on.
reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linney, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
So will we be interacting with everything now?
And voila.
Oh, what the? She's back.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
So it was Halsey.
What? Why? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
Was that what you were
That's how I make a
doing?
living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
Until now.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Okay, so she was a
You even
thief.
mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
Their practice hand concealment probably a professional thief could make it
But I
work.
swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
So it was purely an accident.
Everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
And now it's time to refute.
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
Okay, my turn now. So that's still true. That still holds water. This, not so much. So now we have, since the balloons are still there, we have the water being poured.
Seems this...
What? Yeah. No, what? Oh, no. This one. What? No. Why? Why? The evidence repeatedly entered the tunnel. The grappling hook? No. Maybe this one. No. From the water. No. I'm just using everything right now. Okay, that still holds water. And this, I'm guessing, clothes? No. Maybe this one's for the clothes. No. Water. Okay, that's the
flower
water.
vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowl.
Okay, then this must be the sound.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Now this one was the chain clothes. Because she got wet.
Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
There we go.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Okay.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
No tip. No tip in our favor.
Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Nope.
Wow! Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. They poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Liliane was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Liliane. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Liliane, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Bravo.
While there is much in Linny and Liliane's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Star Rail. Whoa.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's celebrate just here.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea.
I need to get up.
I
I
mean,
need to
this
leave.
is the boss we're talking about. The...
Oh, whoa. Oh. Man turned to water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Oh, what the? Even cogs. There was nothing found in the scene apart from the liquid left behind after bugs dissolved. Interesting. I need to leave, so
we're just going back now?
yeah. Problem seems to have been solved for now.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
He still feels
I know you may not want to
betrayed.
speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just wanted to be sure we're square.
I guess But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatous, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
A knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That's how
That
it
was how we
went.
felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no.
But
So he was gonna...
that's not right.
Wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was
The
hesitant to
knave.
trust her. I mean,
It's
I had just
someone-
been betrayed by nobles.
I'm just feeling
But she was
opportunities.
also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
Maybe after Moses finished.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans,
Please.
the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Stand. Bye-bye.
Bye, Linny.
Okay, I'm gonna end it here, because I have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. That was good though. Real turn on. Gotta go. Bye.